It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear, I see that fear in your face.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lakeisha Howard. As you know, or may know, I am running for Texas House District 124 State Representative. And I am so excited about our conversation today with my good sister here, Brenda, and my good sister here, Jocelyn. We're going to be talking to you about real estate. All things real estate. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to have just the generic and organic conversation, whereas we can educate our audience on all things real estate. So here we go. Let's go. Let's move forward. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with us today. So ladies,
Yes.
as we talked about earlier, we want to educate our audience about the importance of real estate, home ownership, property management, staying in a property, taking care of a property that you've been entrusted to by a landlord, and the ins and outs of buying and selling a home.
Okay.
So, who wants to start first?
Well, let's start. What's the first item we're going to start with?
Well, how about, since Jocelyn is going first,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been selling real estate since 2005. I've been at different brokerages, but one of the things that I like to do is just help someone find their home. That way they have their own place and they have their own things in their place, in their own atmosphere. Yeah.
Awesome. And what about you, Brenda?
Well, I started real estate in 2016. My story is a little bit different. I got my license in 2016. I also at the time was a full-time teacher, single mom to a kid going through school. And quite honestly, I was looking for another way to just be able to boost what we could do in my house. And it seemed to work, but it has grown since then. I have been blessed to be able to help families of children that were actually in my classroom leave a situation, where they were living with relatives in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath trailer, and being able to guide them and help them find their own home, which they still live in today, which, those are the things that made me feel good about it. So it became bigger than extra income for my family. It's become kind of a labor of love, and I get the most joy when I can help new families or people transitioning from a different point of their life, and even helping young families or just families like start their investment business has been another focus for mine too, because I too have walked those paths. And although it's hard and it is scary sometimes, it takes a trusted person to kind of guide you through that. And that's what I wanted to do. And that's has been my guiding force at this point.
Awesome. A lot of people don't know, but I've been in real estate for over 20 years myself as well. I retired. Once I retired from the Air Force, I was like, okay, I tried the stay-at-home mom thing and realized, can't do that. No offense against the stay-at-home moms.
That's a
I
blessing
love
in
them,
itself, and that's a blessing
just
in
not
itself.
for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said, what can I do? A friend of mine was doing real estate in Michigan.
Okay.
And she was also doing mobile notary services. So I was like, well, let me do both of those here.
Yes.
And lo and behold, I loved it. And I realized, okay, I can utilize my skill set from being a recruiter in the Air Force to selling homes.
Yes, that's
And
perfect.
became very successful at it and love it. And like you said, a labor of love. It wasn't just about making that extra income for my family anymore. It was about helping and educating
Absolutely.
others how they can own a home. And quiet as kept, we had just purchased our own home as well here in Texas. So it was a perfect change from active duty to going into the workforce as a real estate agent, and then 2 years later becoming a broker. So I'm a broker versus, having to share my money and commission. I get to keep my money and commission and just pay
Right.
Uncle Sam, right?
Yeah.
So it sounds like we, all three of us, have a lot in common when it comes to real estate and our reasons for becoming a realtor. I
Absolutely.
love that labor of love.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
It
It has
has
to be done.
always given me little slogans.
Well, I'll say that it's been quite a journey. It's not quite like HGTV.
Mm,
It's a lot of hustle, it's a lot of grind, really, in real estate. It's not easy money like some people think. It
mhm.
is a lot of work. And
Yes.
I tell people that all the time. It's a lot of work. It's not just easy money.
I agree.
That's right. That's right. I wish it was some days, because it does take a lot of work,
Yeah.
Right.
because you're embarking on a huge investment, right? This is not something that you want to take lightly. You're not going to walk into your first house and be like, "Oh,
Oh,
this is it."
yeah.
Although it can happen, 9 times out of 10, it's not right.
Correct.
Right.
It's going to take some time.
Agree.
And you have to have someone who's passionate about what they're doing
Absolutely.
in order to help achieve that home ownership dream.
Mhm.
Tell me, what is one of the things that you've encountered, Brenda, that has been a learning experience with either your buyer or your seller?
I think the learning experience that can really, I mean, there's going to be good lessons and bad lessons, and that's life. We understand that. I think sometimes expectations are not realistic. There's a lot of emotion that goes
Mm,
into buying a home or even selling a home. Um, and so I would say on the selling point, sometimes because of the emotions involved, uh, my house is the best house on the block, or my house
mm,
deserves X amount of money coming in as far as rent goes, possibly,
Mhm.
or what have you. And it's coming from a former teacher, data doesn't lie. We've always said that data doesn't lie. And when
mhm.
we pull comps, or when I pull information, at the end of the day, the data is there, the proof is there.
Yes.
And sometimes it's that come to Jesus heart to heart conversation that you just have to find the best way to deliver it, where it's still respectful but it's honest, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And so that, what, we're both on the same journey, and we're both wanting to be successful here. And I think that's the biggest thing. At the end of the day, my fiduciary duties are to you, and that is also meaning that I have got to be honest with you, and we also have to be receptive to possibly not hearing the information you truly want to hear at that moment.
That's true.
Yes, I love that. I love
That
that.
is
And what
true.
about you, Jocelyn?
Well, it's a lot of that, the expectations. So I'll talk about a buyer. Expectations on the buyer side is, of course, everyone believes that they can afford a certain amount of home,
Hmm.
and everyone believes that they can make those payments. But you have to, as a coach, which we are,
Yes.
you have to keep them in parameters that maybe is not what their expectation is.
Hmm.
They think they can purchase more than they should, and then that's when they'll get into trouble when life happens to them after being in the home for a certain amount of time.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if they purchase a brand new home, a lot of a lot of people believe that they can make instant equity on that home, but they should stay in that home at least 5 years from when they
Hmm.
purchase,
Yes.
because there's not that instant equity that they believe that they're going to have. So those are a lot of things that go into a buyer's consultation.
Hmm.
When we're talking to people, we have different questions we need to ask, because not just like a well, just like a coach, we also are counselors, and we have to hear all of their problems and all of the things that go into their purchase of a home.
Yes, I love both of your responses. One of the things that I always tell clients, I don't want 2 years from now you to be calling me saying, "Why did you?"
Exactly.
Because the thing that I'm going to say to you is, I sat down with you, I educated you, I coached you, I looked at your finances. You didn't tell me this or you didn't tell me that. I can only go by what is in black and white,
Correct.
what is seen, what is given, what we provide to the loan officer. But never is it my intent for you not to stay in that home.
Right.
My intent is always for you to be able to have a home that you can one day leave to your children and your children's children, right?
Yes.
Talking about that
Yes.
wealth building, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that when us as realtors sit down with our clients, it's so important to be transparent. We have to have that complete transparency on both sides because we're building a relationship,
Correct.
and that's where the equity comes in.
Yes.
That relationship that we're building. So when you're in your home years from the date of purchase,
Correct.
you're still enjoying it. You want to go home because that's your safe space. That's your property that you purchase. So as coaches,
Yes.
as Jocelyn said, as counselors,
Yeah.
as helping with love in action, that's another term that actually Brenda gave to me years
Yes.
ago. And look at here, we're
Here we are.
utilizing it. With love in action, we can assist anyone who is looking for home ownership. Now, we're just giving you a glimpse, of home ownership, but there is a long process to owning a home as well as selling a home. So we're just giving you the iceberg. Okay, but there's going to be more that we give you in our next segment. So for now,
Yes.
we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with you for our next segment. Talk to you
With this life,
soon.
I'm gonna be the pipeline shining in the nighttime. Bet on me to swoop down. I'ma go toe to toe. Already know that I'm never gonna back down. Bet on me to stand tall. I take on anything for my crew. Bet I risk it all. Wicked people in the streets. Corruption in the politics.